Game 1 of the Heat Knicks series, the New York Knicks made an emphasis to get shots near the rim, and in the first half, RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson were key catalysts in this. The Knicks always do a good job in running plays for RJ going towards his dominant hand, and his control on the ball and navigating tight spaces and touch over the course of the playoffs has really popped. Jalen Brunson can get to his spots with ease in the mid-range and put pressure on the Heat near the rim. The Knicks had 62 points in the paint this game, and in the first half, the Heat played lax with their help defense. In the second half of this game, things started to change. Erik Spoelstra made adjustments. One of the biggest emphasis was if the Knicks were going to beat them, it was going to be from the three-point line. Spoelstra made an emphasis to pack the paint on drives, and depending on where Josh Hart, Obi Toppin, and RJ Barrett were from three, that's where help is going to come from. This made interior looks for Brunson and RJ much more tougher in the second half from the first half. There were signs early of aggressive pressure from the Heat. One of the adjustments the Heat looked to make early against RJ in the game was overloading the strong side against him with Kyle Lowry off of Obi Toppin. RJ does make a play, and with Hartenstein stealing off Adebayo, Toppin gets an open three which he connects on. One of the biggest eye-popping stats from this game is that Obi Toppin attempted 11 threes, and this was by design from the Heat, dictating who they want shooting. Obi is a 34% three-point shooter on the season, not the best percentage. It shows capability, but not a consistent threat. Obi made 4 threes on the night, but other guys such as Hart and RJ and even Jalen Brunson couldn't really knock down threes consistently. See here on the Jalen ISO against Vincent, as Jalen gets closer and finally gets a foot in the paint, that's when the Heat funnel their help defenders towards Brunson. Butler doesn't just provide a stunt on the gap help, he fully just doubles. Wanting to force the pass to RJ, a 31% three-point shooter. Max Strus even comes in from the corner off of Hart to take away an angle to attack. Kevin Love even helps Adebayo to box out Robinson off of Obi Toppin in the corner. Strus and Butler both have their feet in the paint, loading up pressure. When the ball is kicked out, Gabe Vincent sprints out to contest. Now let's compare that to this possession in the first quarter, an empty side ball screen with Brunson and Robinson. The Heat stay home with their coverage, but notice here how Vincent stunts at the ball, just shows and recover. He doesn't fully commit to taking away the driving angle from Brunson and forcing a pass. Brunson is able to stop on a dime in the paint and get a 2-foot floater off. Early offense here from the Knicks, and RJ looks to drive inside. He gets a switch on Kyle Lowry and takes him in. See how on the weak side, Duncan Robinson peels off of Grimes to help on the drive. Now, Grimes is a very capable shooting threat, 38% on the season with a quick trigger. So what the Heat do is have Vincent help the helper, rotating over to cover Grimes, and again leaving Josh Hart open. They pack the paint with 3 bodies, and RJ doesn't have a good enough passing angle he can see or balance to make a play. If you are enjoying the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA breakdowns like these. RJ Barrett is at his best driving to his left hand, and on the Josh Hart screen, he gets a switch with the smaller Kyle Lowry. You already see here Martin loading up near the nail off of Brunson to help on the potential drive right, and in the NBA, helping from the strong side corner is a no-no for most teams, but here the strong side help from Butler is allowed because Josh Hart is in the corner, and that's who they would want the ball to go to. Jimmy shows help, Lowry makes a play on the ball, and the Heat force a turnover. On the Knicks isolations as seen earlier, the Heat looks to overload the strong side and sends Butler to help off of Josh Hart. Barrett sees bodies and can't get a clean shot off at the rim, so he kicks it to Hart, who makes the extra pass, and though this is a great look for Toppin, the Heat will live with the results of it. It's a make or miss league, and with the third quarter boost from Kevin Love and the fourth quarter heroics from Kyle Lowry, the Heat were able to steal a game against the Knicks at home. These were points of emphasis defensively from the Heat that contributed to them winning. It wasn't the best three-point shooting night from the Knicks. They shot 20% from deep on 34 attempts, and the Heat took full advantage of that.